Hello, this is Thom, aka Jedio here for Tabletop Tap Room, and we're doing a review of a module today. We're freshly back from ShireCon, and while at ShireCon, I was having such a good time, and the organizer had a company, and he was selling his product there. So, just because you appreciate, you say, hey, let's go throw some money. Throw the dog a bone, right? So I bought Curse of Kobold Cove. The green screen clearly is playing with the title there. This is by, let me throw this up, Throwi Games by Thom Wilson. And he lives there in Western Connecticut. This is their website. So you can check this out. They produce Back to Basics with the X. I need to check out their Gamazine because I like sci-fi content. So this is their company. This is their website. Encourage you to check it out. Now, I bought the module. Then we won one in the raffle. So I now have two. So that means one is earmarked as a gift already. And we have a family member with a birthday coming up who plays D&D. So perfect. Cheap date for me on that one. So what this module is, I'm going to read a little paragraph here to you. This is what you hold in your hands is a second edition adventure written exclusively for ShireCon, an annual one-day convention for old and new school tabletop games set in the verdant hills of New England. This adventure will first be sold to convention attendees and then to fans of the system on the internet until sold out. Though the adventure may be republished in different systems after its initial publication, Curse of Kobold Cove will likely never be reprinted in its original format. I.e., they probably plan to produce a 5e version. This is very much a BX product. And it's a nautical adventure. And as I've read it, and I've read it cover to cover, it strikes me as it is Keep on the Borderlands done as a nautical adventure. Well, minus the keep, just the Caves of Chaos. So each island functions in the same way as the individual Caves of Chaos. Players can explore a cave, pull back, rest up, regroup, go explore a cave, pull back, rest up, regroup. And that's what you can do with this if you use this as written as an adventure location. It says on the back that it is an old school essentials adventure for 4 to 6 characters of 7th level. I kind of disagree with that. A lot of the creatures in here were low level. They were 1-hit dice, 2-hit dice, half-hit dice. Yeah, there's one in here, 9-hit dice. There's some, 5-hit dice. There's some challenging things in here, to be certain. But there's also plenty of opportunity for negotiation. That you do not have to murder hobo your way through this module. There's 2 creatures on one island who are dueling each other. They want to kill each other, but they're in a stalemate. And so there's an opportunity to talk to one of them, make a deal, cut a deal, And, there's traps, there's puzzles, there's an inscription on a stone monument. There's a little bit of mystery on one island. There's a nice variety for your nautical adventure, very much X1 Isle of Dread type of adventure. And in part, I bought this because, one, it was a convention module. I like convention modules. It just, you feel like you got something special when you get a convention module. So, I'm down with that. And two, I wanted to support, Thom. And three, I had a few years ago, we played a little bit of Keep on the Borderlands. And I've been kind of thinking in my coconut about X1 Isle of Dread. And I've been just kicking around in the mind. I hadn't even gotten close to pulling a trigger on it yet. But I've been thinking about maybe doing a nautical adventure. So this I thought would be great support for that, because you can lift the islands right out of here. There's some extraneous islands on the Isle of Dread map. I could use these. I don't even have to write something for some of those islands. I could use these. The players are marooned on Isle of Dread. They don't have a ship. Well, there's a pirate camp and encounter here, and they have a ship. And so this could be something that you could throw in there as a wrap up to Isle of Dread for the players to get their boat and go back to civilization. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, and if you're running a nautical campaign and maybe one of the players doesn't show up that night, you just say, oh, he stayed on the boat, and you find this island, you lift one of these islands out and you drop it in the middle of the ocean. And so they're going ashore to get some fresh water, get some more food. They encounter what encounters are on there, and deal with that. And it's an evening of play without it derailing the overall campaign that you're running. And, I think that works out. So as far as an adventure goes, I highly recommend it. It is well written. There's plenty of creativity in here, new creatures throughout, aquatic zombies, the Woad Rager, the Gargantuan. And so there's plenty of things. There's off the top of my head, I'm thinking of one magic item. There was a spear on the Isle of Cats that, it's got a little bit of background and fluff to it that might make it something that the players might want to have and keep and maintain in the game, as a magic item. So, there's a lot of ways you can use this module as an overarching plot line. It's very episodic. It doesn't have an overarching plot line. It's not going to go down in the annals of famous modules that you're going to go, oh my God, yeah, that was an awesome module. It's not a power behind the throne of Warhammer Fantasy. It's not that. But it's very playable, and it's something that enhances your nautical campaign. So I highly recommend it. Love the title, Curse of Kobold Cove. That sound. It just flows nice. Curse of Kobold Cove. It just sounds great. Now, criticisms of the module. Right off the bat, blank page on the inside cover. Now, they may not have been able to print anything there because of where they were getting it printed. It just might not have been an option, but that was a missed opportunity. And since there is a pirate ship in here, that would have been a great place to print the deck, the main deck, and then the cargo hold, or lift the staples, pull the cover off, and now you've got a deck plan. That would have been great. Or you could have printed the main deck on the inside front cover, and then the cargo hold on the inside back cover. That would have been perfect. It just would have been value added, and, the whole, but wait, there's more. You get a deck plan, So that's a criticism. There's one paragraph that started over 3 times. That's on the layout guy. It's not a big deal because you spot it and you just move past it. And then the other criticism of it is one of the maps in the description to that map, it says that the pirate captain has hid a treasure at location C. Now on the map, there's a location, there's these little lowercase a and b. Those locations are described, what's going on at them. This location C is not on the map. So I thought, well, maybe it's on the bigger map. Maybe it's Island C. I went and looked and I was like, no, because the islands are marked with capital letters. And this very much was a parentheses lowercase c. It's just not on the map, but it's not a huge, hairy problem because it's a pirate hid a treasure. Just pick a spot, mark an X or mark a C on the map yourself. Just pick a spot, any spot. And let's suppose the players bypassed an island that you really wanted to run that encounter, but because players do this to you all the time. They go left when you want them to go right. You got this material over here to the right, pre-planned, and they go left. It happens to me all the time. So you sketch up a quick map and put X on the island that they bypass, so they got to go back to it to get the treasure. So it's not a huge, hairy problem, honestly, as far as I'm concerned, but it was a mistake that I did notice. And if these were if that was these two mistakes that I did notice are the only mistakes, then all right. I didn't spot any editing or spelling problems. It seems well edited. I did read it through, right through. I didn't actually read every single word. Like, some of the creatures, I just glossed over them. But, for the most part, I read it cover to cover. And it seems well written, very creative, and very usable. I won't say it's innovative, but I'll say it's very creative and it's very usable for the game master. So highly recommend it. And because it's a limited supply, I recommend getting it. So this is Thom from Tabletop Tap Room with the Curse of Kobold Cove, saying this is a great supplement for your nautical campaign. It certainly has me juiced up for some nautical adventures, and maybe revisiting my terrain piece collection, because I don't think I have a fantasy pirate ship or even a ship for fantasy nautical adventurers to use. And that might be something I need to rectify here in the future. So, fantastic supplement. Good job, Thom Wilson. Great module. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Looking forward to playing it. And this is Tabletop Games, Tabletop Tap Room, signing out saying, keep on gaming.